it off.
We're live. IRE 2021.
Only mentions.
Yeah, man.
Oh, we're live. Okay.
Yeah, we're live.
Cool.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you.
Hi, Backer.
There you go. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, always a pleasure. So, welcome to the 2021 IRE. We're not in Fort Worth, Dallas, Texas this year. Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah.
So, how are things going?
Oh, good. I mean,
Getting a good bit of traffic?
yeah. I mean, definitely not what we expected out of the volume in terms of
Right.
the normal.
Right.
I mean, being in the busy season, I think it kind of makes a lot of sense with that.
Yeah.
But very impressed with the turnout that we've had here in our booth as well. So
Right.
we definitely exceeded the expectations for what we saw
Nice.
initially. So
Nice.
that
I
was
like
great.
to hear that. Hey, Baker, how's the sound? Let me know. So your name was Todd, right?
Jordan.
Jordan. I'm sorry. I don't know where I got Todd from.
You're
so,
good.
So we'll start with you first, Jordan. So you're Jordan. So what do you do with Roofscope?
I'm actually a senior account manager, so I manage the west side of the country. So I go from everywhere from California to Nebraska, and then out to Alaska and Hawaii. So I deal with a lot of the West Coast guys.
Okay, so you're an account manager.
Yep.
So if someone has an issue, they got your direct line, and,
Yep.
and they can hit you
Yeah.
up and say, hey man, I need an aerial done
Absolutely.
somewhere, or I'm having an issue with my aerial, and usually you can take care of that
Yep.
right away.
Yep. Yeah. I speak on terms with most of my customers that have any sort of escalated issues, roof pitch wrong, stuff like that. So they come to me via email, phone, all shapes, sizes, forms, and on my cell phone as well.
Nice. So not only do you guys do single family homes, but can you do multifamily homes?
Yes. Yeah, we do everything from single family, multifamily, duplexes, big apartment complexes, stuff
Okay.
like that. So.
What about like commercial properties?
Yeah. Commercial properties from flat roof standpoint, as well as shingled, even churches, stuff like that. So we can actually do a variety of different stuff.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. How long have you worked at Roofscope?
I've been there since last November, so I'm actually getting to my year mark here pretty soon. So
Cool.
Yeah.
So do you work remote, or do you guys work in an office, or are you from a different part of the country?
We're all in Denver, and when I got on board, they just got back from remote, so we're all in the office. So we have an office down there in Denver. So it's actually quite an ideal location that we have with a beautiful view.
Okay, cool. Very cool. And Chris, I know Chris is my account manager.
Yep.
And does a wonderful job.
Right.
Answers my phone day and night, weekends, and 7 days a week pretty much, and does a great job for me. So Chris, give us a little background on Roofscope.
Yeah, absolutely. So Roofscope was designed, built by a contractor, right? For contractors. So he obviously used the technology in his own business, saw how much it elevated his business, decided to take it to market. Ironically enough, in 2014 at the IRE here in Vegas.
Nice.
So it's been just a fantastic experience so far. We love watching people grow, right, their business and helping them expand, right? We don't just sell reports, we help people grow their business. So it's a very rewarding job.
I can agree. I can definitely agree to that. In terms of how you guys have helped us grow in our industry, in our area, in the neck of the woods. And what's crazy is how between social media and technology, how that has brought us together. You guys are clean across the country, all but and we're in a small town in North Pennsylvania, Dover, Pennsylvania actually, and how that brought us together. And there's days that I forget that you guys are the whole way over in Colorado, which is insane. How far technology gets in. So why do you think? Okay, so the owner is Jared, correct?
Yep.
So did he see a need for another aerial company? Like, was there something that was lacking, like from the Eagle Views and the hovers and all of that? So why? What is the why? I guess?
Yeah.
The why behind that is, we really just needed better accuracy and a more condensed report, right? So take a look at our reports. It's easy to read. We have all the information you're going to find with anybody else, just with better accuracy. More condensed, easier to That's it. So it's contractor friendly. It's built by a contractor for contractors.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Can you guys speak up a little bit? They're saying they're having a little trouble hearing
Yeah,
us.
yeah, I can speak up.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Who are you having?
Probably.
Oh, you see my hands. Okay. Just speak up a little bit, and then hopefully they'll be able to hear us.
Yeah,
How do we
absolutely.
look on there, Mr. Cameraman?
Somebody commented and said they can see your hands.
Okay. Can you see me from the camera?
Half of you, yeah.
Half of me? Okay, that's
Lean
fine.
in a little bit.
Most importantly that we see you guys,
Yeah.
and as long as they can hear me, that's really all that matters.
Victor says a lot of background noise.
A lot of background noise, I can only imagine. So, I'll be right back. Let me see if I can.
If you pull it forward, I bet you anything we can catch the audio a little bit better
A
too.
little bit here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
See if we can bring this in just a little bit.
No, you're good.
There, hopefully that'll help.
Can you guys hear us better?
Can you guys hear us better? Vic says we look marvelous.
Thank you.
So,
Vic.
anyhow, I'm not concerned if you can see me or not. But I think for, setting this up quick, I think we're doing great. And besides that, okay, so the why. Let's get back to the why. I'm sorry. What was the-
Absolutely. So we were born out of necessity for a contractor.
Mhm.
Right? Our CEO used several different other companies to
Right.
do things similar the way that we do, and he thought there's no reason why I can't do it better.
Right.
And he did.
That's
so
awesome.
here we are.
That's awesome. That's awesome because you hear a lot of people say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I've heard, many companies, that don't do, tech stuff like roofing contractors or, many different contractors state the fact that, hey, I will do this, I will do it myself.
Sure.
And it's one thing to say it, but to actually do it,
Right.
that's the difference between, your boss, the CEO of Roofscope, and he also owns a construction company and saw that need for another aerial, is pretty amazing to me. So for him to actually do it, because I've even had those thoughts. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to start my own CRM, because that was a situation in an area where I see still today, we're still looking for and we use Job Progress, and it's a great platform, and it really is.
Right.
But there's always like this one or two, pieces that we're missing.
Yeah.
That God, I wish it would do that, and then you call them up and they say, hey, we're working on it. But it just time takes time. But regardless, so okay, so in 2014 he started Roofscope.
In 2014, he introduced Roofscope to the market.
Okay.
But he had been using that to grow his business previously. And
Nice.
thought, if this can elevate my business, why can't it elevate everybody else's business?
Absolutely.
So went ahead and launched in 2014, and it's just been a great ride ever since.
Nice. Okay. So, how do you go about coming up with? I mean, don't give me the gory details where someone can just go out and do this, but how do you go about without telling me too much? How do you do it, or is there no way possible?
Yeah, well, I mean, in a general aspect, I mean, you're really just looking for the software backing to really kind of create this sort of system or program, right? And really at the end of the day, it comes down to just the simple fundamentals of how I guess any sort of software company is built. So without really giving away too many details to what our process has been, that's kind of the gist of it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're back then, I'm sure the marketplace was kind of pigeonholed to one or two guys, so that's where it's where I think the ideas kind of flourish from there, and that's usually where software companies kind of thrive, is like they're in a spot where they see the need. So, but yeah, no, I mean, in terms of that, without giving too much away, I think that would be the appropriate answer.
Okay, good. That was a great answer. I know I kind of put you on the spot.
No,
on
you're
that.
good.
So other than roof takeoffs, what do you like? Roof aerials? Okay. What else do you guys do?
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, we can measure roofs for you: gutters, siding, insulation, concrete, paint. We also work very heavily with blueprints. Right?
Okay.
So if you have any new construction needs coming up, we can take your plans and give you any of the mentioned reports based on your plans. On the back end, after we get that measurement data in hand, we can take that and run it through our proprietary software called Products, and that's going to turn that measurement data into an estimate as well as a complete material order for your supplier. So it generates both of those documents in about 10 to 15 seconds once that measurement data is finished up. So very, very helpful for newer companies. Maybe they've hired on somebody in charge of ordering materials. Very easy to get them up and running in no time on that process. Same thing with whoever's in sales and responsible for the estimates, right? It's just going to allow you to get that many more estimates out. Everybody knows that this is a numbers game sort of industry, right?
Yeah,
you want to get as many bids out as possible. So, like I said, it all stems from the need of a contractor, and we try to cater everything that we do to make life as easy as possible.
Right on. Okay, so that was like the aerial aspect of things, correct?
Right.
Okay, what else? What other areas do you provide services in?
We really try not to be a jack of all trades and a master of none, right? So that's why we're not getting into any of the 3D modeling aspects or any other branches of the industry. And so we want to do what we do well, right? And keep our minds focused. So as of right now, really not looking at a whole lot of expansion. Of course, that would be a better question for Jared, obviously, to pick his brain. He's always got the future in mind, right?
Good for him.
And so, we don't really become privy to that until his plan is molded exactly the way he wants it. So I'll keep you updated as soon as I'm updated.
Okay. No, and I appreciate that. And Jared, I really like the way that he thinks. I feel like me and him think a lot alike, along the same lines. So we had a really great meeting today, and he, was talking about the future, and I like that because my team can also contest to, I'm always thinking, 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years from now, where are we going to be? And that's where, partnering up with other companies like yourself has helped us grow and able to maneuver the way that we need to maneuver. And what's great about using you guys is that it's fast, it's efficient, and it's accurate. And that's the most important thing. I mean, you guys have helped us. So my question earlier, like what other services do you provide? I was thinking along the lines of the blueprints. Where you guys actually do blueprint takeoffs for us. Okay, and as much as I would like to keep that a secret for us, that wouldn't be very fair to you guys, but really that plays a crucial component on how we perform on our daily tasks every day. Like, so Vic, who's actually watching, and he had made a comment earlier about, he said he knows Roofscope and Siding Scope has been a huge game changer for us. Okay, and it has, because now not only are we getting an accurate takeoff, so we're shipping out the correct amount of materials, but we're able to bid new work quicker because it's not clogging up or bottlenecking the estimating department. Because you guys are basically, instead of me paying employees all day long, folding through and going through blueprints page after page after page.
It's more scouting and sales.
Yes, exactly, because you guys take care of all the heavy lifting for us. I mean, you really do.
It's all about increasing efficiencies.
Absolutely.
And as soon as you increase the efficiencies, you can scale.
Right.
As soon as you can scale, the sky's the limit. So,
absolutely, man. And that's good stuff. So we're hoping in the near future that you guys will be able to, once it starts to communicate with JP, that's going to be a real huge game changer for us, because manually right now we're putting it in there, which is beautiful the way that you have it broke out for us. So there's one more step. Actually, you guys alleviated probably 8 steps, and we have one more step to do and manually put it in to our CRM. So then at that point in time, we can even check to see if we're even going to make any money. The way JP is set up, we have all of our labor prices in it, we have all of our material costs in it. So when Vic is actually bidding a job now, he pulls your information that we receive from you, he plugs that in manually, and at the bottom line, we can adjust it with 12% overhead. We pay our siding guys this much. This is how much our materials cost, and I feel 100% confident in you guys, because what's your percentage rate on accuracy?
So we we publicly guarantee 95%. So what that means is not that any given report is only 95% accurate. What that means is out of 100 reports, 5 might need a second look, right?
Right.
That number, in all actuality, is closer to 97%, but we go ahead and put 95% in writing.
Hey, I couldn't pay someone to give me a takeoff at 90% accuracy. I mean, honestly, I couldn't. I mean, I've done it my entire life. The basement of my house is filled with boxes of old school blueprints that I did with a ruler and a pencil. And I still wasn't accurate. You know, there was things that I was missing always, it seemed like. And I've hired people who have done it for a living, and we were still off on our takeoff. We were still off on our bid, and we had lost money. You know, and that's what's great about you guys, and that's what gets me excited about using you guys. I really feel like now for us, the sky is the limit. Like, we can bid anything now.
Yep.
In a timely manner. We can meet those deadlines.
Right.
We can go in any commercial company's bid room. We can go, like we were speaking to you guys earlier about Toll Brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Lennar, we're getting ready to take over their siding stuff, which we haven't received the POs yet, but once we get them, Vic, we'll send them over to you guys. We know they're going to be accurate. We can turn that over to the builder and actually help fix their system that's been broken for so long, because that's what's happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We will get something. Okay, so they don't necessarily want the quantities from us. They just want to know how much it takes to install. So we give them a price for install. Okay, what we've been doing is we're tearing their prints apart for them right now and sending back your takeoff to them. Okay, so they can correct the purchase orders for us moving forward. And what Vic's been doing is creating a database. Okay, so when we get that make, model, elevation, option, same home, he can simply go into our database, pull that out, compare it to the purchase order, make sure it's right. If it's wrong, before we even drive the first nail, we can have them correct the purchase order. Just so you know kind of like what's going on behind the scenes, why we're doing what we're doing, and why you're getting so many is because we're really trying to fix everybody else's stuff right now. But in turn, we're saving them money and we're saving ourselves money. Time and money, energy.
Well, we certainly appreciate the business, you know, especially if you're able to use our process to increase somebody else's efficiencies. It's a win-win for everybody. So
Exactly.
That's fantastic.
It totally is a win-win. And like I said before, the sky's the limit, really. I mean, when we have you guys in our corner and we partnered up with you guys, I really felt like, you know, and it took me a minute. I think the first time that you guys were introduced to me, I don't think, you remember that?
I remember.
What was my response to you guys?
Yeah, I appreciate the time, guys, but we're just not interested.
And I wasn't. You know,
I think you politely hung up on us.
Okay, well that's good. Sorry, I'm not always the politest.
But you
I'm
know,
busy.
and we understand that, and that's why we are persistent, right? That's why we didn't take no for an answer. If we truly think that we can help, you're going to hear from us again.
Our department's always about the long game.
Man, thank God I
we're not in
opened my
sales,
eyes.
right?
You know, really.
Jordan and I are not in sales, right? We're here to build the relationship and keep you guys happy for the long term, right? And so that's why we stayed on you.
Right
so.
on.
Consulting.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, because sometimes I just don't hear what I need to hear. I hear what I want to hear.
Absolutely.
I think we're all
That's human
guilty of
nature.
that.
Fair enough.
And depending upon how my day or my week's been going, sometimes I'm guilty of just shutting down and not being real receptive to what someone's trying to tell me when really we're just trying to help.
Sure. Right.
You know, and
We
thank,
understand.
yeah, thank you for being persistent on that, because now it's like where have you been my whole life? Yes, you know, because it was us physically doing it. Not that, and I know Vic enjoys doing it himself, and I think at one point in time he was a little worried, like, well, what am I going to do now?
You're right.
Well, you got plenty. Send them out, bring them in, put it where it needs to go. That's plenty of work to do.
Yeah.
Now we can do 2, 4 times as many takeoffs, quote new stuff, fix old stuff. I mean, it really is a game changer. And if anyone out there that's listening, that is a roofing contractor, siding, gutters, now, I definitely look into Roofscope. I mean, it has definitely been a game changer for us. Very cost effective. I mean, I did the math. You know, for me to pay someone to do a full-blown blueprint, and that's every elevation, every option, I can't pay someone enough money that it would take 4 times as long to get it back, and then have it only 85% accurate.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But to send it off to you guys, get it back in a day or two. You know, we forget about it, we move on, we go bid more stuff, or go
Right.
search for something to bid. That use our time more wisely.
Right.
Right.
Efficiency. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Definitely efficiency.
Yeah.
For sure.
So just know that.
Yeah. So is there anything else that you want to mention while you got however many people watching live right
No,
now?
I mean, just to speak to what you just said, I mean, we had guys even come down to the booth today, today and yesterday that we ran reports for them right on the spot and got them back within the same, a couple hours. Come back, and they're like, "Wow, this is a game changer."
It is.
And we get that honest kind of feedback, and this has been, as small as it's been, in terms of volume, this has been one of the more successful ones that we've had in terms of we've had guys that walk through, and it's just like, quality guys that want to really change their business and change it for the better, and those are the guys that are coming out here today. We know it's the middle of busy season, but at the same time, it's like we got guys coming out here that are the real deal, and it's been cool to see some of the progressions we've made, towards helping other people's businesses.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do, and end solutions to help you guys kind of scale and be able to expand.
Right.
So.
Absolutely, man. That's a great point that you made was that you get a satisfaction out of watching us flourish.
Yeah.
And that's good stuff, man. And I feel so much more comfortable having you guys in my corner now. I had a question. I forget what it was. Hopefully it'll come back to me. But yeah, like Vic said, it freed him up so then we can go after other builders and stuff like that. We already talked about that. And then Chuck was another one that was doing his own siding takeoffs, and we kind of just recently yanked that from him. So if you haven't, you will soon start seeing more siding scopes. And he just said on here he didn't realize what we were actually trying to do with that. We kind of opened his eyes to that.
We love that department too, because we're growing that side of the business too. I mean, Blueprint's probably taking number 2 for us, but siding and gutters are still a very big project that we're working on, and we're continuing to grow. I mean, we might brand ourselves as Roofscope, but we have a whole entire umbrella of materials or reports that we do underneath that umbrella. So that's what makes it unique. So
absolutely, definitely unique. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, for sure. So let's do a couple shout outs here. I see Chuck's on here. Thanks for always watching, Jana, my better half.
There you go.
Chuck said, yeah, we're definitely able to focus on other things, which is great for me, he said, because I know that used to bog him down immensely. Vic said it freed him up to help all of the other builders, plus the field personnel too. Saw a bunch of other people on here. Lewis, good to see you. Chris Baker, what's up, brother? I wish you could be here. We actually tried to figure out how to zoom it in. To zoom those guys in at our office there, but it just seemed like the service wasn't the greatest, and I didn't want it to be a horrible.
It's been a little messy around these parts.
yes. So I didn't want to add insult to injury there, so I figured we'd just set a phone up quick with a little mini mic on it and do the best that we can.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep. So Chuck's on there, Jana's on there. Alexander, good to see you, buddy. Always have a hard time seeing everybody that's on here. David Cax, good to see you, buddy. Mike Brown, that was a customer of ours. Good to see you, Mike. Thanks for watching, man. Thanks for tuning in every week. Mackenzie Miller, thanks for watching. Sam, Tabitha, good to see you, girl. Tabitha's the one that does our shirts.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Those slick
Nice
too.
job.
Yeah, she made these just for us.
Oh, that's awesome.
This week. Yeah.
Those look great.
Thank you. Yeah, they did a great job. All right, so what else? Well, give us a little bit of background about, let's start with you. How did you migrate towards Roofscope? Like, what background did you have?
Yeah, no, it's very interesting. I mean, I came from strictly a sales aspect, so I was working cell phone sales for quite a while. Worked a little bit of office before that, so kind of had a little bit of my foot in the door about account management was kind of about, but when I got here, I had zero roofing knowledge. And so really, Chris and my colleague Matt, he took me under their wing and trained me, and it's being able to kind of explore into this and never-ending cycle of what we see with roofing and siding and all this different stuff that comes with it. I mean, you wouldn't have an expo if there wasn't new things to learn every single year. So it's been a very, very interesting and humbling experience. So yeah, I mean, I came from sales, so really at the end of the day, like I'm so grateful to be coming into a position where it's less sales, it's more solely in building relationships, because really it's an extension of our customer service team, and it really it helps make my days easier and less stressful when I come in the office and I'm not having to worry about short-term prospecting versus long-term solutions. So.
Yeah. No, that's a great response, man. Good for you.
No, I appreciate it.
It's very important to enjoy where you work, because if you enjoy yourself, it's really not work.
Yep.
You don't ever work a day in your life.
Exactly. That's why I enjoy it.
Yeah. So. Awesome. How about you, Chris? How did you get it?
So
I want the dirty. Don't give us the sugar coating. Go back to the beginning.
To the beginning.
Yeah.
So without giving you too much.
No, I want it all. The viewers want it all.
Yeah. So I came from mostly retail management, which was a lot of fun. Most recently came from insurance sales.
Okay.
Right. So property and casualty.
No, so you're one of them.
I'm one of them. So I started out at Roofscope in sales.
Okay.
So I really enjoyed it. But what I really embraced was, like Jordan mentioned, the long-term relationship that we built. Right. So in our sales department, you only get so much time with a customer, and then you have to move on. Right. So I really enjoy building the relationships and watching companies grow, and knowing that I'm a part of that, right? Whether it's a huge part, whether it's a small part, it doesn't matter. It's just very gratifying, right? And to be able to bring people on, like quality people like Jordan, and spend time with them, watch Jordan grow, which he has immensely since day one.
Yeah.
I mean, in only a year,
here we are. That makes a huge difference, man. The team.
Take it all in.
Yes, right.
Absolutely, and it's just a great environment to work for, right? We have something that helps people grow their business.
Sure.
That's all there is to it. There's no smoke and mirrors, right? There's no hidden agenda. It's just simply, if we can help you grow your business, we're going to, right? If not, for whatever reason, that's okay. There's plenty of people that need our help, right? We move on, but events like this are just so much fun.
Yeah.
Nowhere else that I've worked has allowed me to really enjoy trips like this and meet my customers. By the way, if you're watching this, appreciate everybody stopping by. It has been kind of an interesting IRE, significantly less turnout, but that's okay, because that's allowed us to really have good quality conversations with our customers as they stop by.
Good point.
Instead of
it's not like traffic funneling through the whole entire.
Yeah, you don't even get 2.3 seconds to talk to anybody, because there's always someone waiting in line.
Exactly.
We love that.
Yeah,
right. We love that.
We like the deep conversations, right? And that's why that's why we do what we do.
Right. And we've had many deep conversations.
Yes.
It's never short.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You and I, we have a great working relationship. So, again, like I mentioned, it would have been great to see more people, but I think the time that I got with the people that I did speak to was just, it was really quality. It was really quality. So it's been a great time.
Yeah.
So that's
I've had a great
my
time
background.
so far too. Okay.
Yep.
So, was there a help wanted sign in the front window of Roofscope?
I just love the ad. I think it was on LinkedIn or somewhere. But I'd always been interested in the technology sector, right? What better way to get into it than working for a software company like Roofscope? We are a true engineering software company.
Right on.
So it's, I'm very proud to be part of something like that.
You should be.
So
Yeah,
it's really cool.
you both should be very proud of that.
Absolutely.
It's been a game changer for us, and Vic, he said that many times in here, like, you freed me up, and looking forward to the future together. And Alex Bounds, hey, best customer. Alex works at Myers, so he said best customer Myers has. That's cool that he's on here.
Yeah, no, Myers, we love working with those guys. So,
Right.
and we of course appreciate the business
Us
with
too.
Myers too.
Right, and I think they're the ones that actually introduced us
Yeah.
to each other the first time around,
Sure
and
did.
then I think I reached out, and then I was short with you for some reason, and then I don't know if you
Okay.
reached back out or I reached back out to you
Oh,
or
we
whatever.
didn't stop.
Right
We
on.
kept the calls coming.
Yeah, no, but that's good stuff, man. And I'm glad that sometimes I can be a tough nut to crack, but once I let you in, you're a friend for life. You know what I mean?
Oh, we love it. We
So,
love it.
Yeah, we love it.
yeah. So going back to you,
Yeah.
okay. So did you see the help wanted ad in the window as you were strolling down the sidewalk?
Well,
or-
so I was doing searching for a while with Verizon. It was just I don't mean to name drop, but like the culture there was somewhat stagnant, where it was
Yeah.
just trying to kind of find my footing. So I went on Indeed, and I think I saw the ad, and I interviewed just to kind of get an idea of it. And I spoke with Brian, and I spoke with Matt, and really it was by talking to them I could see that there was an invested amount of culture behind it, and
right.
that was kind of important to me. Was like
Yeah.
going to a place that no matter where it was kind of just to solidify what I wanted out of a culture. I didn't want to go to work and hate it. So
Right.
I kind of felt that, and sitting down with Chris when I first was interviewing for the position, I got to shadow a little bit and see the role itself, and Chris gave me the best advice possible in that piece, where it was just, hey man, this is only a hard job if you make it a hard job, right? And that kind of came down to it, and when embracing that role, it was like I kind of went in there, and it was like, wow, it kind of changed the way I looked at things, and learning the roofing industry, loved it, and that's kind of where the help wanted sign kind of stuck out, and I was just like, wow, like this is crazy, like this is awesome. So that was the best decision I made, was moving on to this, because now I get to do cool stuff like this and come out here and do podcasts with other guys too.
Right
So
on, man.
that makes it exciting, makes it all worth it. So
Good stuff, man. I'm glad you guys accepted the challenge to go live.
oh yeah, no, you're good. I go live on Twitch, for my own gaming stuff. So
nice.
yeah, it's I'm used to it.
Right on.
I'm not.
He's not so much, but I am.
Right, which is funny because we Zoomed so many freaking times. And believe me, I haven't gotten used to this either.
Yeah.
No, I really haven't. Like, I hate doing it, but it's almost like I have to do it now. We have such a following, and it's like, now what?
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah. No, I mean, you do it for your own culture, right?
Yes,
So,
we do,
yeah,
and it has really helped our culture. Chris wants to know what Twitch is.
So Twitch is like a gaming service channel. So it's like people watch you play video games and stuff. So that's kind of like my hobby, my pastime when I go home and stuff. So that is kind of what I've done on the side to kind of monetize that time. So
Right on. He said post it and then gain some followers.
No, I appreciate that, y'all. I'll comment it on the thing, and that way you guys can see it.
Yeah,
so.
cool. Yeah, and I'll be able to share a lot more of this. Typically what happens is when we go live, we have an opener, which gives me time to share it out. Now, I have people behind the scenes sharing it, but typically when we're in this type of situation, we actually get more traction sharing it after the show is over.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is, but it seems like the Facebook algorithms allows it the reach to go a lot further. So it's good and bad. It's going to be great. This is going to be a great show.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate you guys taking the time and coming on with us. And it's inspiring to watch you guys and look at your setup and stuff, because we too do some home shows. And it's the way that you guys have this set up. I don't want to say it's simple, but it's direct.
Straight to the point.
There's no fluff in what we do.
Right, and I got my team building a freaking half a home, and they're hauling this thing in with forklifts and like this huge elaborate.
Oh, there's some guys here it's crazy.
Crazy, yes. Like that takes us weeks. Like everyone, and I also own a landscaping business, so I got those guys coming over to help us. Plus, they did a real big display this year, and it takes us a long time to prepare and get ready for it. But watching it or looking at what you guys have done here, it's straight and to the point. You guys are an IT company, so what else would you do other than Roofscope? This is what we do. We save you time. It reduces errors, lower cost, better credibility.
We had the two laptops sitting here when people were coming by, and we'd go on there, show them the website, punch in their addresses that they need, and all that stuff. And so it was a very simple process.
Right. Yeah. No, good stuff, man. Never can draft or climb on another roof again. Boom. That's what I'm talking about,
it.
man. I'm getting too old for that shit.
That's it.
You know, and so are my other guys. But no, that's good stuff. And again, I really appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It looks like we're not quite at our hour mark, but I know you guys need to close up here before 5 o'clock.
Yeah, we're good.
And you're probably getting hungry. And at least I know I am. I spent a couple, few hours today dealing with some work-related stuff like that. But I want to give a big shout out to our team. If Lauren and Tyler and Derek and those guys are watching this show, and Denny and Glenn, we had a situation pop off yesterday. We had a real bad storm come through yesterday, like a pop-up storm, which I'm sure you guys can identify with being in Colorado. Well, we had one over in Pennsylvania yesterday, and it was after hours, and our team pulled together and was able to salvage a client / potential client home.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I want to give a big shout out because it is 3 hours different here. So if I was speaking to them at 5 o'clock, where are we? Eastern Mountain Standard?
We're in Pacific.
Pacific?
Yeah.
Okay. So if it was 5:30 here, it was really 8:30 there.
Yep.
So I know that they were out there till after 10 o'clock last night buttoning up and getting someone's home watertight.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
big shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for doing such a great job and allowing me to be able to do things like this and meet great people and wonderful people and being a part of the culture and I think water seeks its own level.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So with your culture and our culture, it's a good match.
Absolutely.
It's a good fix. So thank you guys very much.
Absolutely.
And thank you everyone for checking us out tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for stopping by.
Yeah, and we'll check you guys out next week and we'll circle back and I'll let you guys know what all I saw this week. So thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.